Hello everyone and welcome back to Gran Turismo 7. There has been another little update to the game, adding 3 new cars, and we're going to be checking them out today. For the first car we're going to head over to the Renault dealership, and we're going to be driving first the 2001 Renault Kangoo. Not the kangaroo, just the Kangoo. So yeah, I don't know what the deal with this car is. It's a little van. It weighs just over a ton, so it's very sort of small and lightweight. Typical of a French car, I suppose, but just in van form. Anyway, yeah, it's interesting. It comes in about a bajillion different colours, by which I mean about 15. We're going to go with the plain white, because, well, it's a van. Anyway. Yeah, we're going to see how this goes. We are going to take this to the Sunday Cup, which will be at Brands Hatch, and I did put a few upgrades on the car after my first attempt at this race, because, well, it wasn't fast enough, to put it simply. So this is not attempt 1, but it's near enough to it. We go then for the Sunday Cup at Brands Hatch, and just look at this beast. Look at the rear wing on it too. That's one of the customization options. But to be fair, this car was far better than it has any right to be. Because it's so light, it's actually very nimble and very fun to drive. So I was pleasantly surprised. It doesn't get a huge amount of horsepower, even fully upgraded. I think it gets up to somewhere in the high 200s in horsepower, depending on which turbo you put on it. But regardless, it's a very fun car to drive, and it's very drivable in terms of wherever you point the car, it just goes. It doesn't ask any questions. It just does what you want, which is really nice. But anyway, we're struggling to make too much progress as we do try and round up the chimney along the main straight, and we will get ahead and move ourselves up, I think, about 3 places from where we started, but a little bit of an off at turn 1. So we're up into P7 of 10, so we do have quite a few laps. It's relatively long, I feel like, for a Sunday Cup race. 5 laps. Around Brands Hatch, although it is of course the shorter layout of the circuit, but now we're coming through a bit more of a cluster of cars, and we'll start making a few more places. We're up into P6 now as we continue to push forwards, and as we ride on board for a bit in the cockpit camera, just taking a look at that for a brief moment. We continue to send it up the inside. We move ourselves all the way up into 3rd place. We've got maybe a decent exit going here, as we're trying to close into the next car. We'll have a look to the inside along the main straight. We should be able to get through there. So yeah, with a couple of upgrades, this car is nice and competitive, and yeah, in 2 laps we've moved ourselves up into 2nd place, and the race leader still just a little way up the road. We move on then to the end of that lap, and we should be able to get this move done very soon on the race leader. We're not quite close enough yet, and they still have more straight line speed than us, but with the lightweight nature of this car and the tyre upgrades we have, we can carry much better speed through the corners. It's maybe a touch unstable on the brakes, but not nothing certainly uncontrollable, as we go late on the brakes down the inside, and yeah, we get the move done. But yeah, if you're turning and braking, especially on you know, a circuit like this where there's you know, undulation all over the place, that does make things a little bit tricky. But other than that, this car is a really nice drivable car. We bring it to the line then, and yeah, that completes the first race of the episode, the Sunday Cup at Brands Hatch in the Renault Kangaroo. So yeah, a strange car, but I always love to see you know, new and unusual things in Gran Turismo, so I'm not complaining in the slightest. clean race bonus too there, which is rare for me. The next car we're going to drive is an Aston Martin, and it is the Aston Martin Vantage 2018 that was added in this update. So a little more on the expensive side compared to the last car. Once again, this thing comes in about 1 million different colours, but we're going to go with Saturn Aston Martin Racing Green, simply because it's the longest colour name of all the options. So, with the new Aston Martin purchased, we can go take this thing to the racetrack, and we're going to take it to Deep Forest for the European Clubman Cup 600. And yeah, we got a 5-lap race here at Deep Forest Reverse. So yeah, let us see how this one goes. Just checking the difficulty after that previous race. Felt a little on the easier side at Brands Hatch, but anyway, it's always hard to judge, especially when you start upgrading the car. How much of the easiness is from the upgrades and how much is from a potentially lower difficulty. But nope, we were on the harder setting. So we get going then for the Deep Forest race, and you'll notice as we make an absolute mess of that, and we almost wipe out the Porsche. Goodness me, I don't know how we managed to not do that. But anyway, you'll notice the car has some miles on it already in the bottom left corner, because yeah, this race took quite a number of attempts. I had a lot of trouble with this one. I did end up upgrading the tyres to sport soft tyres, but that's really the only modification I've made to the car. Other than that, I'm pretty sure it is completely stock. So anyway, we are trying to make our way through the field as we find the barriers there. So this car, it's pretty difficult to describe actually, but everything I said about the Renault Kangoo and how well it drives is basically the opposite with this thing. It really it doesn't feel like it wants to do you know, what you want it to do. It feels sort of unresponsive a bit, and it feels like the suspension's very soft. It was probably the best way to describe it. Yeah, it's just a bit unstable, I think, is the most you know, well-rounded way of explaining it. It just doesn't really feel like it does anything well. You know, braking, acceleration is okay, but yeah, braking and turning, it just doesn't feel that good. But anyway, this is an important overtake that we're trying to make now, and we have just made on the Alfa Romeo GTA M, because that car is very, very quick and has been problematic throughout my previous attempts, so getting past them early is a very important thing. We continue on then, and we'll continue to make passes, and we make a couple more up into 8th position. As we continue to push on, we soon gain on the next group of cars. We'll get up into P6 along the main straight. It's only a matter of seconds later that we catch up to the 5th placed car, catching up a little bit too quickly there, but we make our way down the inside into the hairpin. We move ourselves up into 5th position with a cluster of cars just in front. So yeah, we are not far away from the podium places. We just need to be able to close in. We might be able to do that on this kind of wavy back straight. We should be able to squeeze around the outside of the Lamborghini Urus there, as we go in a little bit too deep, and that might just cost us that position, and does so. We drop back into P5. We'll have another go at the Lambo though later in the lap, and we'll get a nice move to the inside there, a little bit of a switchback, and we're through and up into 4th position now. And there is one car up the field I'm also worried about, along with that Alfa Romeo we passed ages ago. There is another fast car in this race, and it is the Mercedes that currently runs in 2nd position, so we need to watch out for them. But of course the first target right now is to deal with this TVR that is right in front of us, and we make our way through on the inside line as we head through the opening sector, and now the top two might just be about to start fighting away as down the inside he goes. They're running side by side, so that might compromise the exit. Not quite though, and they're able to clear the other Aston Martin on the exit, so that wouldn't have compromised their pace down the straight too much. So we need to try and clear this other Aston Martin as soon as possible so we can start chasing down that Mercedes, which you can see is already stretching away into the lead ahead of old mate behind me in the other Aston Martin. So let's see what we can do as we try to follow him through. In a previous attempt we did get to this point, but the leader was too far gone. This time, as we run into the back of them, we're right with him, so hopefully that means we should be able to get this move done, but finding all the wrong parts of the road there. But we will eventually get the move done with a little switch back through the S's there, and yeah, that moves us up into first place. And with that, we were able to lead the final lap around with no further issue. We're going to come across the line to take the victory here at Deep Forest Raceway Reverse, and yeah, in the European Clubman Cup 600. Radio. That car was a lot less fun to drive. It almost reminds me of driving like the Super B or something. It just didn't feel that good, to be honest. But anyway, before we move on to the final car of the episode, we have a menu book that we need to check out, and it is the Suzuki menu book. Can't believe we haven't had that one yet, but an odd collection of cars: the VGT, the Jimny, and the Escudo. A 6-star roulette ticket, as well as the reward. So congratulations, you've got all 3 cars. This completes your Suzuki collection. Once you've collected your present, I've got some stories to tell you about these cars. Collection Suzuki completed. And a 6-star roulette ticket for our Troubles engine swap roulette ticket specifically. Now let's see what we can learn about these cars. This is a collection that well expresses Suzuki's passion for compact cars. Founded in the year 1920 by Michio Suzuki, the Suzuki company had its start producing looms for Japan's textile industry. From a young age, Michio had been passionate about cars, producing his first in 1955. Dubbed the Suzu Light, it anticipated what would become Japan's unique K-car category. Since then, Suzuki has produced several outstanding low-cost vehicles, including the Alto and the Jimny. If there has been any constant theme, it has been a passion for compact efficiency. One car that truly encompasses the potential of this theme is the Suzuki Vision Gran Turismo. Powered by a hybrid system that pairs 3 electric motors with a Hayabusa engine, it is a small, light 2-seater that takes its cues from the Swift Sport and the Cappuccino. Of course, you can't talk about Suzuki without mentioning the Jimny, that masterpiece of Japanese off-road design. This Jimny Sierra shattered all K-car conceptions, being built to perform on the world stage. Its astounding all-terrain performance surpassed even that of its bigger four-wheel drive competition. Suzuki is well known for the performance of its four-wheel drive cars at the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. This V6 Escudo that competed in the 1996 competition packed a 986.2 brake horsepower engine into a 800 kilogram body. Suzuki continues to pursue a vast future for its little cars and shows no sign of stopping. Alrighty, so that is all about Suzuki. I don't know what it is about Suzukis, but I just like them. Like when you see a Suzuki on the racetrack, you have to like it. It's just, I don't know, especially if it's black and yellow. But anyway, we've got a roulette ticket to spin after that. It's a 6-star roulette ticket, an engine style ticket. So of course we're going to get an engine swap of some variety. And the engine we will get is the Impreza rally car engine from 98. So that's a old rally car, not the Group B one, which I mean, quite often you do see Group B rally car engine swaps, but that's the actual real race car, or rally car I should say. When I say Group B, I mean Gran Turismo's Group B, not the real life Group B. This is getting confusing. Let's just move on to the next car, the Mazda CX-30X Smart Edition from 2021. Very different to both of the previous two cars we've driven in this episode, and again it comes in a decent array of color options. I do like the red color, but I've already got a couple of Mazdas in that color, I think. So yeah, we might give that one a miss this time and go for something different. Soul Red Crystal Metallic, that's what it's called. Yeah, I'm going to go with again the one with the longest available name, I think, Machine Grey Premium Metallic. Why they couldn't just call it, you know, Grey Metallic, I don't know. It's Machine Grey Premium. So anyway, we've got this car now, and yeah, we can take it for a test drive. And the final event that we have for this video, the Japanese FF Challenge 450 at Tokyo Expressway. So yeah, let us see how this one goes. We get underway then for the Japanese FF Challenge 450 at Tokyo Expressway, and yeah, we are at a layout of the circuit I'm a little unfamiliar with, but anyway, we'll get over it. It's you know, thankfully we're not in you know, a car that's going to be breaking any land speed records, so we'll have plenty of time to figure out what's coming. But anyway, we are already up a couple of spots into P8, 10 cars starting this one, 3 laps, as we give the next car a little bit of a nudge. We have to make sure we make contact with every single other car as we make our way through the field, it seems. But anyway, we skip ahead a little bit, catch up to another couple of cars, we'll make the move around the outside. Before doing this race, I actually put the headlights in, the custom blue headlights in, because I was expecting this to be at night, but anyway, seems to be very much a daytime here at the Tokyo Expressway. But yeah, after one lap in the books, we almost found ourselves in the pit lane, but we make the move at the start of the lap 2 to get onto the podium, and the race leaders aren't much further up the road. So as we continue on riding on board now, it shouldn't be too long until we can make this move, as we now try to find a way past, and we'll maybe find a way to the left hand side here, and yeah, we will. Just about on the first of the two cars. We'll just about squeeze through on the second one as well, as they were thinking about coming across on us there. But we move ourselves up into the race lead. This car just seems quite quick, and it's got to be said, it feels really nice to drive around this track. I don't really know how to put it into words, but I guess in some ways a bit like the Renault Kangoo. It just sort of goes where you want. It doesn't do anything unexpected, and it's just very, very smooth to drive. So yeah, I really enjoyed this car. The I suppose drawback is I don't really know when you would actually ever use this, or when I'll have an excuse to drive it again. But anyway, let's not worry about that for now. But in fact, that is I think just about going to do it for this one. We have a little bit more time left in this race, but yeah, I forgot to record any little fancy escapes movies for this one, so I will have to do the outro before that. But yeah, a couple of new cars in this update, nothing groundbreaking I suppose, but some interesting cars nonetheless. So yeah, that is going to wrap this one up, so I'll say thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I really do appreciate it. Please feel free to give me some feedback in the comments. It's always very helpful. I've still got quite a bit of time before I say the final word in the video. So yeah, let's continue rambling on about absolutely nothing until I run out of time. But yeah, let's cross the line now, because it is almost the end of the race. Here we go to the line, and boom, there we go. Rightio, job done. 3 new races in this update too we just completed, and now I can say it, goodbye.